All right. Let's go. Are you ready for an unforgettable experience? Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get hype.
What's going on, Dallas Cowboys universe, Cowboys Nation? Welcome to another episode of Late Night Hype. Big Game James, Skywalker Still, Low Nation, the voice, and a special guest, Tiny Jim. I told you we're going to keep that. We're keeping that. Dave Helman in the building, y'all. What's going on, Dave?
What up, y'all? Good to be back. It's football season. I feel like the last time I talked to y'all, it was dead.
For having a
not-
fun on great
that is
show
not the
as
case
usual.
anymore.
Aloha.
Not the case anymore at all, brother. And honestly, it didn't really, now it feels like football season because we got to win. I'm going to be honest with you. Like last week, I was depressed. I hated it. But this week, we got a crazy victory. And I'm going to say this. I was feeling like your hair was feeling when you came on to this.
Out of control.
Wolverine, the short Wolverine.
Oh, man.
cut
What's
you
going
up.
on, though, everybody? How
Chilling,
we
man.
doing?
Good to like you said, it's football in the air. It's better that we got a victory because maybe Dave, maybe you're not on the show right now if we ain't win.
Honestly, that's a pretty good point. Everybody's in a better mood when you get a win. Whether that's like obviously the players and the coaches, but if I've spent the last 48 hours like writing and talking about that terrible loss, and y'all asked, I'd be like, "Come on, man, I can't.
Exactly.
I can't do that tonight."
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be straight up real with you. It would have been a very bitter show tonight if we would have lost.
Right.
I don't blame you, man.
Better, fam. But how's it been on DC.com, DallasCowboys.com with the shows? Is it because it's kind of a mixed emotion for me? I don't know about you guys. Yes, we won, but my goodness, there was a lot that we need to clean up, man. So how's it been though on the podcast over there?
I'll speak for myself. I don't want to speak for anybody else because, and you're not wrong. Okay, you're not wrong. They fumbled like 18 times. The defense busted a few coverages. The pass rush, and I'm sure we'll get into all that. But like after a game like that, I said this on Cowboys Break on Monday. That's like games like that are what make being a football fan fun. You know, it's like you're gonna watch 16 games a year, but I mean they're all gonna have their interesting storylines. But that only happens once every like 5 or 6 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or it never ever happened before. Dak Prescott's the first player in NFL history.
That's a great point. Yeah, and the Falcons are the first team to score 39 and not turn the ball over and lose. So yeah, I mean. That's an even better point, man. Is if you get to witness history, just take it and be happy. And like we can talk about what they got to fix because they need to fix some stuff, but just be happy because
Let's keep it real. Cowboys make history. Anytime we play somebody, we make some kind of history, whether it's bad history or good history. Some kind of record gets set.
That's actually what I was going to say next is like the game that comes to mind for me. Like I know a lot of people bring up the Bills game in 07 when Romo threw 5 picks and they won. I wasn't working yet. I didn't cover the team. So the game that comes to mind for me is 2013 against Denver when Romo threw for 500, but they won the Broncos. And that's my point is you already played this bonkers-ass game. You might as well win.
Might as well win it, yeah.
You might as well win. Like, at least now you get to associate this crazy memory with a win instead of a loss. So that's
man, see, this is why I listen to you, man. You bring a different variation to the conversation. So I like it. That's actually a good point. We went through this on a bad end when it came to Tony Romo and the Broncos. So let's enjoy this with Dak Prescott and this team. Salute to you, brother. I give you a round of applause.
Appreciate that.
But I would be remiss if we didn't start the show off with the bonkers game and I'm pretty sure that you got the treat with the All 22 that came out. Yeah, you came out pretty damn early.
Oh, yeah, right. Lot happy.
And we got a chance to go check it out. I'm pretty sure you watched as well. Was the rewatch even better than the actual live viewing of it? Because I saw some throws. I was like, damn, I didn't even realize how great that throw was live because I was still pissy, getting mad at the game. But, man, he played phenomenal.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he played out of his mind. I think it's one of the – I would say it's one of the 3 best games of his career. And, yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Like, you get such a better appreciation for what happened when you watch it again. I mean, the throw that he made to Blake Bell where he breaks out of the pocket and scrambles forward and finds Blake Bell on the sideline. How about the fact that when he hit Amari Cooper for the one-handed throw, he got absolutely blasted.
Annihilated.
He got destroyed.
Yes.
So just little nuances like that make it even sweeter. But, I mean, man, he put it all on the table, man. And I'm so pumped. I've said this a half dozen times this week already, so I'm sorry, but I keep saying this is who Dak was for his whole career, and then he didn't have it last year. Like they didn't win these games last year for whatever reason. Sometimes it was his fault, sometimes it wasn't, but they always came up short in these close games last year. And for him to get it done in week 2, right off the bat, like the very beginning of the season, for him to get that under his belt. That's got to be a big confidence boost for him and everybody else on the offense.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. I was saying even week 1, big dog, that he got we know about the controversial pass interference, but look at the end of the game, even against the Rams. It was 3rd and 10. It was 22 seconds left in the game. He had one of the best cornerbacks on one-on-one coverage, and he threw an absolute rope to that could have game time field goal, could have won the game because it was still 16 seconds left in the game. So you really look at, he could have had 2 game-winning back-to-back winning drives to start his season. And like you said, that's a good thing because everybody was like, oh, Dak this, that. He ain't worth it. So right there, shut up everybody right now and let's play some damn football now.
I like it, James. I like it, man. Hey, there was another guy who I have a thing called the Skywalker standouts. And one of my Skywalker standouts from the game was none other than the electrifying rookie, CeeDee Lamb. And somebody had said something to me earlier. They were on Twitter. They were like, yo, did it feel like CeeDee Lamb's game was quiet? Not in a negative way, but in the sense of if that game felt quiet to him, imagine what his breakout game is going to look like.
That's a really phenomenal point, to be honest with you, because, yeah, I mean, it was kind of quiet. I mean, he had the really amazing catch, really more of a catch and run that set up the game-winning field goal. So, I mean, that's a memorable play, but very workmanlike. You know, he catches a very nice post from Dak. He has the out route where he got absolutely popped again on the catch, which kudos to him for hanging on. So, I would agree. I mean, I think his final line was 6 for 106, and it didn't necessarily feel like that. That's not a knock on him, but yeah, I mean, when he really and truly has his like breakout game, when he gets in the end zone, I mean, if this is what he's doing on a quiet day, he's delivering, man. His first 2 weeks, you look around at what some of the other rookie receivers are doing, he's right where we thought he would be. He's living up to the hype, in my opinion.
So who's on pace for having Rookie of the Year? Although it's 2 weeks into it, do you guys see anybody else rookie standing out like CeeDee?
I'm biased because I haven't seen anything.
I cover the Cowboys, so I'm having to think. I mean, hey, you can call me a homer if you want to, and I am, so that's fair. But
what? No.
Joe Burrow looks pretty damn impressive up in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Burrow looks pretty damn impressive up in Cincinnati.
Nope, LSU homer.
Quarterback.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. Sorry, I gotta specify my homer tendencies. Yep. I'm trying to. I feel like there's gotta be at least one other rookie that's balling out. I know there is, but I can't.
I saw some big plays from Chase Claypool, but I don't know whether.
Claypool.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb's the only rookie wide receiver with a 100-yard game in the first 2 weeks. So 2 weeks.
Wow.
So. There's really no rookie wide receiver snapping just quite yet. But, CeeDee is a part of a wide receiving group that I think is starting off the season hot out the gates, man. You got Michael Gallup, who had, a ridiculous catch last week and really had a phenomenal game in week 1, but a couple plays got taken away from him. Amari Cooper just yeoman, just quietly have 10 receptions first game and then 100 yards the second game. And then obviously CeeDee Lamb. Are we seeing this true form of this special wide receiving group that we thought it would be? Are we starting to see it?
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, if the Cowboys convert third downs a little bit better against the Rams, then I think that's probably like the talk of this entire season so far. I mean, if Dak throws a little bit better of a ball to CeeDee on that 4th and 3 against the Rams, honestly, if that ball is a little bit out in front of CeeDee, it's not crazy to think that he scores.
Breaks the tackles, yeah.
And so what are we talking about now? CeeDee catches 6 balls for 68 yards and a touchdown, follows that up with a 100-yard game, and then everything that we've seen from Coop and Gallup. I mean, I said this on Twitter today. CeeDee and Coop both hit 100 yards in week 2, and oh, by the way, Michael Gallup made the best catch of the entire night. So
Cheeks.
They're as advertised, in my opinion, man. They look great, and they can be better. Coop had a drop or 2 in week 1, and Lamb could have run his route a little bit better on that 4th down. But through 2 weeks, I don't have a whole lot of complaints.
Let me ask you this: did you know that Noah Brown can run that fast?
Bro,
right.
Listen,
I cheat on that fight.
Okay, first of all, I've always been a Noah Brown fan. Okay. I liked the pick when they drafted him. I thought he did the best that he could with what they asked him to do. He's a nice guy just from being around him in the locker room. But when I tell you, when he caught that ball,
right.
I thought it was
CeeDee. Exactly. You seen them dreads? It was that's CeeDee.
I saw the 8 and the dreads, and I was like, "There goes CeeDee Lamb." And then he got up, and then I saw the 5, and I was like, "No way, that can't be true."
Exactly. We used to him blocking all the time. What?
Listen, let me tell you, when he caught that ball and he took off like that at the end of the play, I said, "Damn, do we have to get him the ball more?" I mean, he looked that good. You got to get him to rock. He got me questioning my love for Cedric Wilson. I'm a Cedric Wilson fan, but if he looking like that,
I'm really and we deserve it. We in the media, we hype people up at training camp, and everybody gets on us because half the time it doesn't turn out, it doesn't pan out. But Noah Brown had a great camp, and he's carrying it over to the season. He played like a badass on Sunday. On top of the catch and run. He had another really great catch where he got
smacked.
He got destroyed.
And it was a big catch because the next play, I believe that's where Schultz got his touchdown because he caught that pass over the middle. So that was a critical play. But just like y'all said, and I think me and Scott was talking about it, how we was like, man, come on, dog. Why is Noah Brown still on the team? We keep talking about Noah Brown every year. I'm tired of hearing about him. But then when we was watching him in camp, Jill, they did a picture where he was up like this, and I said, CeeDee, and they was like, dog, that's Noah Brown. And I'm like, oops, I had to change that. I had to edit right quick. But Eddie, I was like, he looking good, though.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the GM because I'd have got rid of Noah, and I would have got rid of Schultz. And both of those guys are showing us some stuff, man.
Listen, here's the thing with Schultz, David.
That's your man's law.
Tell me if I'm wrong on this.
He's my guy now.
First of all, I'll say this about Dalton Schultz. I will give you a round of applause for stepping back up this week because you had an atrocious game last week. Let's just keep it real. You had a bad game. But I seen some stuff on Twitter today that said about Dalton Schultz being that dude. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. But when I went back and watched the R22, it kind of matched what my eyes saw during the game. He just worked underneath. He did it very well, but he wasn't like Blake Jarwin in 2 ways. Blake Jarwin's not a passer. He's not a blocker. We know he's not a blocker, but Dalton Schultz is a good blocker. But is this the Dalton Schultz we're going to see all year, or is Dalton Schultz the Dalton Schultz we saw in week 1, or we got to wait?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of it is you don't have to decide. You don't have to be the hot take guy. You don't have to make up your mind right now. I think you're absolutely right. In my opinion, I think Dalton Schultz was not ready to be thrust into the situation that he wound up in week 1. Or if he was, he didn't show it, obviously. You know, the drops, the penalties. And he, you know, the start of Sunday was rough too, but man, he really rose to the occasion. And it's like, I'm not ready to crown him as tight end not ready to crown him tight end 1, but I'm not on the phone with Delaney Walker today. You know, I'm like, I feel all right. I feel all right about what we've got. So I'm going to let Dalton Schultz play this out. And if he can show consistency, I'm totally fine with that. And I think you're right. I don't think Dalton Schultz is quite as crazy athletic as Blake Jarwin was. So maybe he's not going to attack the